In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it out?
Katt Williams has been keeping it real, airing out Hollywood's dirty secrets. And one celeb he's been going hard on is Kevin Hart. This whole beef kicked off after Kevin threw shade at Katt a while back, accusing him of letting his addiction mess up his career and blaming everyone but himself for his slip-ups. Fast forward to now, and Katt's firing back with a vengeance. He just dropped some major bombs in a raw interview with Shannon Sharpe, where he straight up accused Kevin of selling his soul for the spotlight. Katt even claimed Kevin got pushed into doing a humiliation ritual by dressing up as a gay man. Katt's been vocal about Kevin's hunger for power and his alleged deal with the devil to make it big. This time around, he didn't hold back, exposing all the gritty details of what Kevin supposedly did to snag his fame and power.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
But Kevin's fed up with Katt's constant jabs and is clapping back in the most savage way possible, gearing up to sue him for defamation. Yo, we're just stepping into 2024, and it already looks like it's gonna be a wild ride for Kevin, especially after Katt dragged him through the mud in that interview. In case you've been sleeping on the drama, Katt Williams set the internet ablaze during a 3-hour interview with Shannon Sharpe. A lot of peeps thought Katt was gonna just kick back and crack jokes, but nah. He did a full 180. He blew the lid off the industry's dark side, causing a major stir. But what really had people shook was when Katt called out Kevin for his thirst for power. And this isn't the first time Katt's thrown shade at Kevin for allegedly trading his soul for a shot at fame. Let's rewind to the first time Katt put Kevin on blast. A few years back, he went in on Kevin for fronting as a gay dude in an SNL skit. Back in the day, there was mad talk about black actors being strong-armed into wearing dresses and wigs as part of a Hollywood initiation ritual. Dave Chappelle, back in '06 in a chat with Oprah Winfrey, put some heat on these rumors. He shared a story about how producers on a flick he was doing with Martin Lawrence tried to press him into rocking a dress.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. It's the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't even wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress.
But Dave wasn't having it. Things took an even wilder turn when Dave Chappelle revealed that the producers had a backup plan with a different script if he refused to wear a dress and play a female role.
But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. Guy comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
This revelation had everyone talking, sparking a big debate in the industry and beyond. Other celebs got roped into this discussion, with everyone keen to know their take on Dave's bombshell. Kevin Hart was one of those stars. Initially, Kevin tried to brush it off with a laugh, but he was adamant about not compromising his values for a role, especially not for wearing a dress. But not long after, Kevin hit the SNL stage, all decked out in a dress and a wig. This move made folks wonder if Kevin was ever really opposed to the idea. Many speculated that he did it to curry favor with the industry bigwigs, aiming for a bigger slice of fame and power. Let's be real, Kevin wasn't exactly struggling. He was already making waves in the industry. However, post-SNL dress stint, his career trajectory shot up, landing him roles in even more prominent films. The fan backlash was intense, so much so that Kevin felt compelled to take to Twitter for some damage control. He posted, "I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made that decision. Nobody made it for me. I am my own boss." Later, when Katt Williams was quizzed about Kevin donning a dress, Katt didn't put the blame squarely on Kevin. He suggested Kevin was just part of a long-standing tradition where black male artists are pressured to wear dresses as a rite of passage to greater fame. Katt implied that Kevin was just doing what he believed was necessary to succeed in Hollywood. But here's where it gets juicy. There's this theory floating around that Kevin is actually an industry plant, strategically placed to take over Katt's spot. This speculation gained steam after Kevin's SNL appearance. While Kevin's star in Hollywood was ascending, the media began tarnishing Katt's image with claims of addiction, which Katt vehemently refuted in a fiery tirade in 2016.
The reason I don't do Big Tigger is because I had a tumor in my upper jaw and they had to take it out. And they had to block the whole right of my sinus with a piece of metal. So ever since I got out the Marine Corps, I can only breathe out of one nostril, boy. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%. I'm 44 years old, little Tigger. You look up my rap sheet. I have never had a DUI or a possession of anything, not even the I do every day. See, when you real, you can tell the truth about anything or anybody.
Katt decided to lay low from social media for a bit, but when he came back in 2018, he had even more to say. He took a swipe at Tiffany Haddish, accusing her of being another ambitious pawn and a product of the industry's manipulation. Now, even though Katt didn't name-drop Kevin in that particular interview, Kevin felt the sting. He lashed out at Katt during a Breakfast Club appearance alongside Tiffany.
You keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You promo shoots. You off your promo trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose you.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho, shouts out to Lunel, shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I've brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your Don't on my sister Light because you're not happy with your This earned, it's not.
Kevin labeled Katt a letdown, claiming Katt's career hadn't progressed because he chose drugs over dedication to his craft. Katt Williams was quick to clap back at those crackhead rumors, taking to Instagram to blast Kevin for spreading lies about him.
Why he wasn't there and off making 85 million. I was over here not making 85 million. But it's all good. I don't mind $1 million a month and keeping my soul. And as long as Richard Pryor was able to be the king of comedy and a crackhead, they gonna continue to say maybe I am. But again, I urge you, if there's a drug you can do that'll get you Katt Williams level, you should OD on it tonight.
In the midst of their heated exchange, Katt took a break from social media, only to return recently with more fire. He dropped a bombshell, accusing Kevin of making a pact with some top shots in the industry to boost his Hollywood career.
Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
Katt laid it out there, suggesting Kevin's rapid rise in Hollywood was no coincidence, but the result of some behind-the-scenes maneuvering by influential white elites. He contrasted himself with Kevin, stating he never took hush money from the bigwigs to stay silent on certain industry matters.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, do you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years?
Katt brought up a time when he faced backlash for refusing to partake in a scene depicting SA in Friday After Next. The producers apparently thought it'd be a comedic hit, but Katt couldn't see the humor in such a scenario and stood his ground. As a result, he claimed he was blacklisted and roles he was up for were handed over to Kevin, who was more compliant with the industry demands.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves, and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was. And acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Kevin, however, hasn't directly addressed Katt's accusations, but he sent a subtle yet potent message Katt's way. During his commentary on a New York Knicks versus Philadelphia game, Kevin threw in some sarcastic jabs about Katt, making jokes about him buying the Knicks, and bringing them to the game. This was seen as Kevin's way of letting Katt know he was ready to confront the beef head-on.
A great comedian said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? and is that something that, you wouldn't do, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning.
You look good
no to
doing
that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
The rumor mill is now buzzing with reports that Kevin is considering legal action against Katt, tired of being constantly targeted over the years. And, as expected, the public has been vocal about this ongoing drama. One observer mentioned, "I've actually always believed that Kevin Hart was a Katt Williams replacement. I think it was right around when Katt had some sort of issues, when he was up and coming and Hart came out of nowhere." Another added on, "It's absolutely true. I remember Kevin Hart having a small role in Scary Movie 3, then all of a sudden being huge, which I never understood because I used to try to watch his content and it just wasn't funny. I used to wonder what was wrong with the people going to his shows." So what's your take on this whole situation? Do you think Kevin really traded his soul in his quest for power and fame in Hollywood? This story has stirred up a lot of opinions, with people questioning the nature of success in the entertainment industry and the sacrifices artists make for fame. Katt's bold claims and Kevin's subtle responses have added fuel to the fire, leaving fans and critics alike to ponder the truth behind these allegations. As the debate rages on, we're left to sift through the allegations, innuendos, and what-ifs. Whether you're Team Katt or Team Kevin, one thing's for sure. This saga has shone a light on the darker side of Hollywood, where fame often comes with its own set of rules and compromises. Drop your thoughts in the comments section and let's keep this conversation going.